This week we'll be practicing with and speaking about forgiveness. And before we begin, I'd love to just speak a little bit about it, because I think sometimes our perspective on what it is or what to expect from it can hinder it actually happening for us. So some of you know that after I graduated college, my first job was working at a retreat center, and we combined different neuroscience technology with meditation practices effectively. Most people don't know that the core of the meditation practice was actually forgiveness meditation. And the very interesting thing is that while all of the technology that we used really potentiated people's experience and perhaps intensified it for that week of time that people spent with us, the core is just the forgiveness practice. The core of what we were doing, the core of transformation that was opened up for people, was forgiveness. And so often coming into that week, people had spent, in many cases, thousands of dollars to be there. And it was just a week's worth of time. So a lot of pressure to really make sure something happened during that time. And naturally that would breed this perspective of, okay, I have to forgive, as if it was something that you were just doing, you're having to make it happen. And over time, through witnessing this in other people and doing this practice myself, what became very clear is that forgiveness happens on its own time. Forgiveness is not something that you can mechanistically make happen. You can work to clear and open up it happening, clear its way so that the things that have been getting in the way are maybe not so present, or they're loosened. It's a lot like this Rumi quote, which many of you have heard of, which is that your task is not to seek for love, but to seek and find within yourself for the barriers that you've put up against love. And that is exactly what forgiveness practice is. One other piece of forgiveness, and sometimes these breaking down of words can be hit or miss, but it occurred to me while I was practicing earlier today, forgiveness, if you break down the word, you're giving something. What are you giving? You're giving it away or giving it up. So you can say, if it resonates with you, you can say you're giving it to God, or you can say you're giving it back to the world or to the universe. But you're giving it up. You're just practicing not holding so tightly onto this thing that is actually burning you, hurting you in some way, often very subtly. These resentments we have towards ourselves and towards other people are what hold in place some of our most intense and often detrimental personality patterns, the ones that we maybe are not so proud of or that frequently land us into trouble. So going back to this retreat center that I worked at, this was the nature of the transformation that we saw in people. They were able to let go of these parts of themselves that were so wound up in proving somebody else wrong, or proving themselves this or that, or some resentment that they had held, which had maybe driven them in some ways that they could see as positive, but was also burning them the whole time. So in forgiveness practice, we're just practicing opening up and letting go over and over. And I'd actually like to frame, before we start practice, one more piece of this, which is that you can say you're practicing forgiveness, then you might have a mentality of, okay, I'm practicing forcibly prying my hands or my mind open to let go of these things that I don't like, or that I'm frustrated about, or etc. Fill in the blank. Instead, I'd like to suggest that we practice mindfulness of forgiveness. So we're practicing an awareness of the coming and going of forgiveness and what that experience is like in our body and in our mind. And that mindfulness of forgiveness allows it to happen more authentically on its own time. So, let's practice the mindfulness of forgiveness. However you find yourself, shifting to get in a comfortable position for about 10 to 15 minutes of practice. And as soon as you're in position, just allowing your body to relax. If you're gripping your face, just letting it go, letting it be heavy. And your jaw, and your tongue, and your scalp. Perhaps you even have some sense that the inside of your brain itself is just relaxing, just letting go. Carrying this down through your neck and heart and shoulders. Letting your body be soft. This is not an instant process. It takes some time. We'll take a minute or two now to just keep allowing the body to relax, maybe gently scanning for different places that you could let go of a little bit more. And they'll tighten back up, and then you can let go of them again. This is a very nice microcosm for our practice of forgiveness. When we're practicing mindfulness of forgiveness, we don't always let go of everything right away. We come back over and over. In the words of Lama Rod Owen in his practice, we're really letting it go and letting it be. And so maybe it goes away. Maybe it sticks around and you're not attached to it, but still there. Still frustration, still resentment. No problem. You can forgive that it's there also. So always we'll come back to relaxing the body. You can notice some breaths moving in and out of this more relaxed body, just breathing pleasantly. Breathing pleasantly. Breathing as a gift to yourself, as a gift to your heart. And the mind will go every which way, but so long as you can keep your body relaxed and just notice what it feels like to gift yourself the breath, you'll be in good shape. We'll move forward with an intention. This is a phrase you'll say to yourself. You can adjust the one that I'm using to fit your own needs. But you're not just saying it. It's supposed to be a deep expression of your heart and your mind. I forgive myself. forgive myself. This may stir up all sorts of thoughts in your mind, such as, I don't have to forgive myself for anything, or what am I forgiving myself for? Or it may make you have a sense of feeling small, as if it's really your fault. That's not what this phrase is about. This phrase is first about letting go of what's inside, not focusing on the external piece so much. You don't need to know what you're forgiving yourself for. You don't need to know. In fact, sometimes it's better not to. Just honestly, authentically, I forgive myself. And as you do that, relaxing your body, relaxing your mind. I forgive myself. Sitting here with a sense of what that brings up for you. Perhaps it's a healing feeling, perhaps it's frustration, perhaps it's compassion, perhaps it's joy, relaxation, could be anything. Just allowing yourself to fully experience that, and on your own time, every once in a while, just dropping that back in. I forgive myself. It's okay. It's okay. I forgive myself. As you get caught up in thoughts, just relaxing them again and again and again. Not needing to know what you're forgiving, just offering this as a gift to yourself, an ultimate unconditional gift of forgiveness. Letting go of what you're holding against yourself. As my friend would say, is letting go of weaponizing yourself against yourself. You deserve this. It's okay. I forgive myself. The extent that your experience is softening and becoming more tender, just leaning into that and allowing that feeling space in your body to exist and circulate. And to the extent that you're not, also giving those feelings or lack of feeling space to exist in the body and just relaxing over and over, no matter what. Dropping in, I forgive myself. I forgive myself. Your forgiveness can extend to anything that comes in your mind. Thoughts zooming by, creating some tension, just relaxing as you forgive them. And forgive your mind. And perhaps many of us with type 1 diabetes can forgive our bodies as well. Perhaps for something diabetes related, perhaps something else. I forgive you. I forgive you. Perhaps your mind is getting fixated on things it can't forgive. No problem. Does not need to forgive everything right now. Doesn't need to forgive anything ever on any timeline. These things take time. Just breathing gently as a gift to yourself, relaxing your body, and letting your forgiveness of yourself and your own experience take the lead. Forgive myself for not understanding. This practice can continue for quite a while on like this and go quite deep. For the purposes of this guided meditation, we'll start to wind it down, just taking a few more moments to appreciate your experience as it is right now. And appreciate doesn't mean that it all feels good. Appreciating means seeing clearly, recognizing that it's important and precious in its own way. Rumi reminds us that our job is not to seek for love, but to seek and find those parts within us that block us from it. And this is our mindfulness of forgiveness practice. Thank you for your courage to practice today. It's not an easy practice often. And keep up the great work. Hope to see you all soon. Take care.